Hey everybody, this is Austin and Trevor here with Encompass Financial Partners. Hope you guys had a very happy holiday season, very Merry Christmas, and are enjoying the new year so far. We just want to make a quick video as we know that all of you guys are creating New Year's resolutions and sticking to those New Year's resolutions and seeing if we can't help you guys add maybe a couple of financial planning resolutions to that list as well. So Trevor, let's get right into it. The first one maybe you can touch on is reassessing cash flow, and maybe take it from two separate people that are still working and people that are retired.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Well, first, I think we've all felt the impacts of inflation over the past couple of years. Things are a lot more expensive. You go to the grocery store, you go out to eat, it's a lot more expensive. So, and what we've seen a lot of folks doing is blaming their higher expenses purely on inflation when really a lot of people are just spending more money on discretionary items. They're going out to eat more, they're ordering Uber Eats, whatever it is. And so right now more than ever, as you're creating your New Year's resolutions, reassess your budget, reassess what you're spending your money on. A good way to do this, take a look at your income, especially folks that are still working. Take a look at your income. You might not know every dollar expense-wise, but if you feel, when you look at your bank accounts, if they're depleting each month over month, those balances, or for that matter, they might be increasing, reassess the cash flow. If they are depleting each month, then you betcha you got to look at your expenses and what you're spending your money on. If they're going up each month, determining, hey, are those dollars best in my savings account? If you already have the appropriate amount of emergency savings and you're not saving for anything in particular in the short term, it probably makes sense to have a better purpose for that money. And everybody's circumstances are different, but if you're still working, reevaluate, hey, am I able to put more money into my 401k at work? Am I contributing up to the match? Do I need to pay off bad debt, credit cards or student loan or whatnot? So having a purpose for each dollar that not only comes in but is in excess of your lifestyle is vitally important. For retirees, same story. I mean, you want to make sure that the monies that are coming in between Social Security, if you have pensions or distributions from retirement accounts, are aligning with the money that you need each month. If you have excess cash flow and bank accounts are going up, you're probably taking more than what you need out of those retirement accounts, which obviously isn't very tax efficient.
Right. Talking about asset location versus asset allocation, let's get into our second point, asset allocation. What should people be thinking about in 2024?
Absolutely. Yep, this is something that we review in all our financial planning meetings, is determining the investment strategy, and not only that, but the time horizon for each investment account, and really bank accounts as well. Making sure that it aligns with the ultimate objective for those funds. What are we using this money for? Is it something in the near term? Well, if it's something in the near term, the next 3 or less years, it most likely needs to be more conservative. We don't want that to be volatile. Markets are volatile right now. If it's something a little bit longer term, 5, 10, 15 years plus, it can inherently be a little more aggressive. Now, everybody has different risk tolerances, and that's another important thing to review. If your accounts and when you're checking the balances, if it's keeping you up at night, we probably need to readdress and look at your risk tolerance. There's risks that you can take and there's risks that you want to take. And we want to make sure those align with the ultimate objective for the account, but what also what you're comfortable with. So the New Year's a great time to review how they're allocated and the risk tolerance.
Absolutely. And New Year's also a great time to talk about our third topic, tax planning.
Okay.
Talk about tax planning and the differences also for people who are still working versus retirees, and what they should be on the lookout for in the new year.
Right. So believe it or not, we are in the lowest tax environment that we've been in the last 70 years. It certainly doesn't feel that way sometimes, especially coming up on tax season. But yeah, tax rates are at 70-year lows. So determining, hey, does it make sense to take advantage of these lower tax rates? This country's $33 trillion in debt and counting. Tax rates are going to be going up in the future. And so reevaluating and determining, hey, we can't avoid taxes, but potentially can we control the timing of taxes? For folks that are still working, here's what I mean. So if you have access to a Roth 401k, it might make sense to evaluate, hey, am I putting the most amount of money in there as I can, and take advantage of paying the tax now, getting into that Roth 401k so it can grow tax-free until you distribute it, and even when you distribute it, it's tax-free as well. So if you think that you're going to be in a higher tax bracket 20, 30 years down the road, pay the tax now, right? For retirees, take a look and determine, okay, the assets that we're taking out of, say, retirement accounts, are we doing so in the most tax-efficient manner? Or is it better to take it out of a different taxable account and let IRA assets grow? Does it make sense to evaluate Roth conversions, paying the tax now, getting it into the Roth so it can grow again tax-free for potentially a legacy factor?
Right, absolutely. All right, and then we'll pivot to our fourth topic, a little bit less sexy than tax planning.
Just a little bit.
Talk about estate planning, right?
Okay.
Estate planning for all different ages. Is it just something that older people should think about, retirees should think about?
Absolutely not. We see this. This is very common, especially with younger investors. Estate planning applies to everybody, whether you're 20 years old or 90 years old.
Right.
You need to always have an estate plan in place. Single, married, young kids. So the new year's a great time to do this. Reviewing who your beneficiaries are on retirement accounts, primary and contingent beneficiaries. Same thing with insurance policies. Always evaluate those. For folks that are older who have executors in place, whether it's friends or potentially your kids, transparency is key. Talk to them about what you want to happen if a triggering event were to happen. Ensure that they're well aware of where the assets are, where the accounts are at, and have a spot for them to go to and say, okay, I'm gonna determine where all the accounts are at, and have it on a sheet of paper. So transparency is key from that perspective. But as I mentioned, any young person needs to evaluate. So Austin, you just got married, 2 weeks ago. So have you updated your will?
I haven't. It's on my list. It's on my list to do in 2024. January of 2024. Yeah, it's on my. It's a resolution.
Good.
So
good.
Anyway, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate the partnerships, and again, hope you guys had a happy holiday season, very Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. We've got lots more content coming your way in 2024. Look forward to sending that out to you guys and seeing you in the office and out and about. And we couldn't be more thankful for you guys. So
absolutely. Happy New Year, everybody. Looking forward to a great and prosperous 2024 with you.
All right. See you soon. Bye, guys.